Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces June 10, 2022. The moon highlights your need for others today, and you tend to seek collaboration and feedback. You're learning a lot about yourself through your dealings and exchanges. You may feel strongly about achieving a more balanced, harmonious atmosphere around you. Later today, the moon moves into your sharing and intimacy sector, and your need to observe and reflect intensifies. Part of you may want to test your feelings or limits, and another part wants to simplify. Ideally, you find the middle ground. You know what you want, but that doesn't mean it's okay to disregard your lover's needs in the process. Granted, you're often recognized for your invaluable empathy and intuitive mind, but with Jupiter sizzling through Aries in your second house of comfort, money, values, and sensual delights, indulging and investing all of this feisty energy into yourself is hardly a difficult task. Now, by no means is there anything wrong with partaking in rituals of self-love, but when considering Jupiter's opposition to the moon, you're more prone to disregarding prior commitments. Steer away from excessiveness. It could be rather challenging to get going early this morning while the moon is stationed void of course. You might struggle to work through pertinent details that are part of your professional obligations and commitments. But you will eventually feel more empowered later in the day when the moon enters Libra. While in Libra, you should consider working more closely with the constituents that you share financial resources and debts with. Having a conversation about your mutual assets and investments is imperative, as you will want to ensure that you are all on the same page. The weightiness of the past few days seems to be lifting, and you will find that there is a slight breeze building up that will help to fuel your fire. By having built a solid foundation, you have created a reliable launching pad from which to take off. Communicate what you have learned with others. Allow your opinion to be heard. A great deal of useful information will be exchanged. Personal relationships don't always run according to plan. Turbulent situations crop up again and again, requiring all your energy. Smaller arguments and conflicts seem to be pre-programmed. Keep calm and deal with this turmoil in a relaxed fashion. You're feeling a bit wiser than usual, so track down a friend in need to fill up with good advice. You may have more candidates than you know what to do with, so prioritize. If you feel your romantic life needs reevaluating, make an assessment of your personal life and understand what is positive, unique, and desirable about you, also what you want and why from a relationship. In this way you can create a sure and positive impression when you first meet others that they can respect. It may be hard to keep things balanced and peaceful when you have got a war brewing within yourself. You may find that your emotions are strongly charged today and that you have a great deal of energy that needs to be released. Feel free to share your concerns with others before this energy comes out in the form of an accident or argument. Today is a good day to let things out in the company of friends. You will probably find yourself really wanting to communicate with a loved one today. The essence of a vibration encourages time spent with others who are of like mind, and with whom you share a mutually beneficial relationship. Try to avoid connecting with anyone whom you know to be challenging or self-centered, as this is apt to bring more trouble on this day than on any other. Stick to long-time trusted companions and family. All eyes are on the moon today and throughout much of this week, mainly because of its interaction with planets across the solar system and with critical timing. Today it is a clash between the moon, making its ordinary monthly visit to your financial sector, and Mars in your income sector that could have ongoing implications. There is nothing that Mars, the warrior planet of the cosmos, likes better than a fight, and as the only confrontation he will have during his 6-week visit, this is the push needed to start fighting for what you deserve. While the moon may have pushed some buttons and evoked some strong emotional responses as it moved through your relationship sector over the last few days, on the other side there is a chance to reap the benefits. As well as feeling more emotionally engaged, the moon's departure yesterday has left you with a better sense of what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. Our eyes in the sky. Great news for anyone who has a meeting to host, a test to take, a bunch of texts to send, or just a lot of things on their mind, the quick-witted Gemini Sun advances your brainpower to an elevated level today and helps you accomplish all of those mental tasks like a boss. This airy, open-minded energy also makes you curious about the people around you and provides you with the communication skills to have some seriously positive social interactions. Networking for both business and pleasure is an advanced skill you possess today, and you have the ability to connect with a vast range of people. The downside of this breezy transit can be distractions galore. The world is such an interesting place to you now that it's really hard to focus on one thing at a time. Luckily, your charming personality leaves most people with a positive impression of you even if you aren't able to give them your undivided attention. Think before you express yourself to avoid unnecessary drama. And don't accidentally spill the beans about a situation you are seeing from the sidelines and know little about. That way, you can avoid accidentally stirring the pot and stay out of the drama. In the pre-dawn hours, the Virgo moon trines Mercury in Taurus, harmonizing our intuition and intellect. This influence allows us to meet people where they are mentally instead of talking down to them. We can communicate complex ideas by breaking them into smaller, more manageable parts, making concepts feel relatable. If we are asleep at this hour, our dreams might be prophetic, providing us with straightforward imagery so we really get the message the universe is trying to convey. Around dawn, the moon trines Pluto in Capricorn, offering healing. This signature dredges up awareness buried deep in our unconscious minds. We suddenly realize what seminal events set us on our current path of emotional, physical, or material service. Health issues, fears of inadequacy, or run-ins with institutions or authority figures might have separated us from our sovereignty. However, at this time we recognize why we have faced prior adversity, which allows us to become a conduit for higher intelligence. At this time, we gain charm, charisma, and courage, perfect for seizing the day. Physical affection is an attribute of this transit, but intimate connections may not form without mental stimulation in the form of witty repartee, polite banter, or playful compliments. Leo Mars suggests that others will really go places if they keep our company, and a warm attitude draws people to our side. This is an ideal influence for entertaining or rallying others around an important cause or social justice movement. Passions are high, and we might be moved to fight for others' rights, knowing that is the just thing to campaign for all to be able to exercise their freedom of expression.